So yesterday I posted this video of me flexing in the gym, and I got a lot of people give me amazing comments telling me, "Oh my God, you look so good," yada yada yada. Let me tell you something, guys, and this is going out to all you control freaks, all you young people who are all checking the boxes, thinking that if they follow the so-called handbook of life, they'll get where they're going. I'm about to dismantle that entire notion. It is not about how you do it. It's not about the details, guys. Nothing in life is about the details. You only have one objective and one job, and one path that'll lead to success. And that one job is to simply not die. If you can successfully not die, if you can keep going, if you can literally just not stop whatever it is you're doing, the size and magnitude of your sample size will overcome any efficiency or approach. Meaning that it is better to do something continuously in a perhaps even not so efficient manner than it is to do something focused on hyper efficiency and doing it right, getting it right from the first time. Going back to my little flexing video. Now everybody's telling me how great my physique is, how good I look, how do you look like that at age 36? The first 6 years of me lifting, I didn't train legs, I didn't train back, I didn't even train chest, which is now one of my strong points, as you could tell. I literally just went to the gym, I trained arms, and I benched. And now you're going to say, oh, bench is a chest exercise. No, it's not. Bench is not a chest exercise. Bench is delts and tries, all right? Just putting that out there. I'm not going to get into that right now, but it is. Anyway, I just went because that's what I liked. I wanted to have a big arm. That's what I enjoyed. That allowed me to keep going. I never burnt out. I never had to motivate myself to get up and go to the gym, right? Whereas now you have people downloading entire books, PDFs, courses on how to live properly, and they're doing a bunch of stuff they don't actually enjoy doing, but they're crippled by this anxiety to not get it right. So they follow the guideline, but then they're not in love with the process, so they stop. Guess what? I kept going. I only did arms for the first 5 years of my lifting career. And then lo and behold, after that, I naturally figured stuff out, as you naturally figure stuff out in life. We are not following the guidelines. We are doing it organically. And then I was like, you know what? Let me put some chest in there. Let me actually maybe do some hack squats. Let me maybe train some abs. And then at 36, I've arrived to having a complete and badass physique. Naturally, may I add. Now, what does this have to do with life? It's the same in life. You guys are all trying to get ahead. You're trying to rush the process. You want to be an entrepreneur, make money, get degrees. No, guys, like there's a time and a place for everything. Between 20 and 30, you should only focus on building muscle, gathering experiences, aka traveling, solo traveling. Don't take your bubble with you, and just not dying and being healthy. The money will come later down the line. The same thing with having kids. Like, I just don't understand people. It doesn't make rational sense or logical sense to me to have kids before the age of 35 if you're a man. If you're a woman, I get it. It's a whole different ballgame. I'm not even going to touch that one. That's the restraints of biology. Let's leave it at that. But if you're a man, what are you even going to teach that kid? If you have a kid at 28, like, do you really feel like you've gathered enough experience and wisdom to pass on to that kid? Like, I don't think you do. And that's why I think there's also a lot of unfit parents. I think there's a lot of people having kids that frankly should not be having kids because they haven't lived enough life yet. All right? So, like, leave the kids for later. Leave the career and the money making for later. When you're young, you don't need that much. Travel light. Keep your baggage low. Be flexible. Be dynamic. Even so dynamic that at the age of 34, you might reinvent yourself and uproot yourself from a village in Belgium to Mexico City. I know a friend who did that quite successfully. All right? It's important that you recognize what each season of your life is meant for. So when you're young, you should form connections, you should dibble and dabble with people as well. Again, don't settle on the second person that you meet. Like, it's just that person that you meet is not going to be the same person at 35, okay? People change immensely between 25 and 35. I'm 36 right now, guys. Let me tell you something. I am in the middle of the wave of a ton of my friends. I do have a lot of friends. I'm a social guy. All those motherfuckers that got married at 28, a lot of them are getting divorced right now. And if they're not getting divorced, they're going through couples therapy and they are unhappy. How did I have 2 cancers? I walk around looking like this and my buddies come up to me and tell me, man, I wish I had your life. Like, damn, you messed up. Shout out to cancer for knocking me off my traditional path and perhaps, sending me down that road. Little side notion, I always like to believe that cancer was the best thing that could have happened to me. But then again, maybe I don't have enough faith in oneself, in myself, in terms of me having had the ability to figure it out down the road. Who knows? We'll never know. All I can say is, guys, you just have to keep going. It's not so important that you're good at what you do or that you're incredibly smart or successful or efficient. It's about volume. It's about sample size. It's about stirring the pot. And what I mean by that is, let's say, this is for the guys out there, there's a big obsession on how to talk to women, how to approach them, and how to have gain, so-called gain. You don't need gain if you have volume. I like to call that the Kobe Bryant theory. All right? Put up shots. Now, you might have the best game in the world. You might be the best smooth talker. You might know how to make them laugh. I don't. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to talk to 800 women in 2 years. I'm going to shoot my shot. Guess what? If you put up shots, if you practice my volume approach, you're going to find someone. You're going to run into something. Like, you're going to connect with someone. So the person that made it there first because they're so good at talking to girls or so efficient, like, they might get there the 5th time they approach someone. Now, does that make it better? That just sped up the process. But now, what else is next? Like, I always say this, guys, like, life is kind of overrated. There's only a few things that truly matter. Like, first milestone, self-development. Build your castle on your own rock. Don't build it on the foundation of somebody else. Don't build it on the foundation of being attached to someone else's availability or commitment. Okay? People are fickle. You have to build your base yourself. Carve out your rock, and then on top of that rock, build your castle. And then you can add your queen to your kingdom. If you're going to take the approach of building it together, what are you going to do if the rock walks away? Your castle's going to implode into the ocean and you die. That's it. You're probably watching a video of a 36-year-old YouTuber on a damp Saturday morning. My point is, guys, that is the first milestone. Build your own kingdom. Build your own empire. Okay? The second milestone is finding the career, finding your purpose in life. It's a big one. Like, there's many people that are in their 50s that still hasn't figured it out. Hedonism is not the way, guys. Chasing pleasure, chasing sex, chasing travel, and enjoying, like, to me, the thing that I don't respect the most is when I see people making their whole, basing a whole identity off of enjoying a glass of wine. Like, that's like the pinnacle of life. Like, no, that should nearly be the closing ceremony to your day every now and then to reward yourself. If your entire purpose is hedonism and enjoyment, you don't have one. That's not a purpose, guys. A purpose is finding a way that you can move a rock in the stream of life and that you can make an impact and that you can perhaps make reality better and more pleasant for others in your own way. It doesn't mean you have to become a motivational speaker like me, okay? You can do it in many different ways. People feel happiest many researches has shown that people feel happiest when they have community and when they have a role in community and they can help others and they have significance towards others. That is where happiness comes from. Okay, so first you build your own kingdom, then you find your purpose, you find your career. Okay, don't be naive. Okay, make sure that it's also a model that'll make you money, but then at the same time you don't need that much money. Okay, don't be so capitalistic. To all my USA people, you guys are way too focused on, like, capitalism has infiltrated and rotted your brain. You guys are too focused on money. You don't need that much money. Stop spending so much money on frugal stuff. Like, it's not necessary. You don't need half of what you think you need. Okay? By the way, you always have the option to also uproot yourself from the US and move to a country where there is a social system in place, where you pay taxes that will allow you to be happier with less, but have more security than you would in the US. Just a little, planting that little seed. Maybe some of you might have been pondering on that one, and let this be the sign that you perhaps have been waiting on. So anyway, let me get back on track. So the third milestone is partner choice. So it is understood that in the process of obtaining the first two milestones, you're constantly, like, meeting people and dating. Mind you, this does not mean fucking around and having sex all the time. That's not what I'm saying. Dating can be done without, again, being super hedonistic and focusing on the physical pleasure aspect of it. Like, you can meet people, you can talk with people, form a relationship. To all the young men watching this, please try to make sure that you have female friends in your life. I have a ton of female friends. They enrich your life. They give you another perspective. Usually they're way better listeners than men. They're more loyal than some of your male friends. Female friends is awesome. And by the way, they also validate you towards other women. They always make you look better. It's a win-win, guys. We need women in our life, and not just to have sex with. All right, they bring a lot more to the table than that. Please let that be understood. So the idea is that you're constantly doing this. You're forming these relationships. You're building relationships during the first two milestones. Also, what you're doing is, if you have women that you have long-standing friendships with, one day when you reach the third milestone, which is partner choice, you might look at the pool of relationships and friendships that you've gathered. By this time, they know who you are. You know who they are. You've already built cachet. You've already built a repertoire of past experiences. You know what they're like when they're hungry, when they're sad, when they're happy. You have seen how they've transformed over the years. That's a big one, guys. Like, people change, not only mentally, but also physically. Do they take care of themselves? Do they understand what it takes to maintain a good and healthy and attractive physique? This matters. Some of the guys that I mentioned that are getting divorced in their 30s now is also because of the fact that, let's just say the woman that they are with today is not the woman that they fell in love with. And I'm not just talking about her attitude or her personality. Like, people change physically, and looks matter. Looks matter, guys. Like, it is what it is. Like, let's be real. And so, again, it's about volume and sample size. The bigger the sample size, the more that you can tell how a woman has taken care of herself over the years and how she has transformed. And then you can base your partner choice on that as well. And again, all this goes, like, I don't want this to sound like you're this, like, omnipotent being that just gets to, like, pick. Like, obviously, they have to reciprocate that, and they have to feel the same for you, which is not always going to be the case. Like, a lot of them are just going to want to be your friends. But some of the best relationships, romantic relationships, can come after having years of just friendship. Okay? So then, partner choice. So you've established who you are. You've built your muscle. You've built your entity, your rock. Like, even if you were to lose everything today in terms of people around you, like, you still have this. They can't take this away from you. I'm 36. I've won. I've lost. As you guys know, I've lost recently. But at the end of the day, look at me now. I'm still here because my purpose has not wavered. I still have you guys. I still have this community that I've built over the past 8 years. I still have these delts that are poking through this oversized sweater. I still have this chest. I still have these guns, these arms. They're not going anywhere. They're on standby. Anytime I need them, I call them right up, text on the line. There we go. All right? So even though I've lost, it's never a true loss. All it is an opportunity to take that loss, turn it into fuel, use the pain as motivation to reach a new level. And that's exactly what you saw on the short video of me posing yesterday that you saw yesterday. So my point is, if you have that foundation in place, losses are mere chapters to your movie. They add drama to your soundtrack. You need that because, once again, life is overrated in the sense that not that many things are that interesting. It's about partner choice. It's about losing love. It's about finding love. It's about old love. It's about purpose and achievement. And it's about going through that journey, but harvesting the fruits that the season presents to you. So the season of your 20s is not the season of making kids. It's not the season of making money, okay? It's the season of trying a little bit of everything, putting yourself out there, gathering data, gathering experience. So later on, you can make an informed decision based on that experience. I still fully intend on having kids, guys. I'm 36. I fully intend on becoming a father, all right? And I pray and I hope that one day I'll be able to include this in my videos. Like, you'll see me. That's why I'm documenting this whole thing. So you'll see my journey and you'll know that my method is tested and proven. And even like when I was 28, I was the scrawniest guy in the gym. Maybe the chemotherapy and the bone marrow transplant and the 2 cancers had something to do with that. But aside from that point, like a lot of people around me my age, they were juicing up. They were on the juice. They were using the gear and they were looking amazing. But you know what I did? I just didn't stop. I just kept going. I just didn't die and I didn't stop. And today I can proudly tell you that the turtle has won the motherfucking race. And you're looking at the turtle, okay? The turtle always wins if you don't stop. Consistency, not dying, and just literally keeping on will always beat genetics, talent, and just a natural skill. I've mentioned that people that peak early in life, all the people that peak early in high school, the people that were the man in high school, the high school quarterback, like, they lose later because they've had it easy in life. They don't have that chip on their shoulder that the losers had, that the nerds have. We win later, guys. The class clowns like me, we win later because we still have something to prove. Like, you get all that stuff early in life, like, what else is there? Like, that's just something I don't really understand. Like, aside from the fact that I feel like you don't have a lot of wisdom to offer to the kids that you're raising when you're 28, like, what are you gonna do at 50 when your kids are already out of the house? Like, here you are now, like, you're 55. You already have the kids. You already have the wife. Like, now what? And now you're dealing with a much lower level of energy. You get tired more quickly. You can't go solo travel and stay at a hostel. You're gonna be the weird old guy. Like, I hate to be ageist, but that's kind of reality. That's how it is. Whereas I'm 36, I'm going to Puerto Rico in a few months. I'll be staying at a hostel in the Chardon. And I'll walk in and I'll fit in with the young kids just fine. I'll be all right. Because I've managed to stretch out the season of my youth. Okay? Anyway, let's get to the 4th milestone. So we have establishing your kingdom. We have finding your purpose. We have partner choice. And then comes having a family. Like I said, having kids, branching out, and then passing on all the wisdom. Once you have kids, guys, it's no longer about you. It's about the kids. It should be about your seeds. It's no longer about you. You're no longer the main character in the movie. Now you go from a leading role to a serving role. The problem is many people are not ready to step out the limelight. They think they are, but they're not. And then they have kids. In the beginning they're cute, but then they're 3.5. They're kind of annoying. And then they realize they still want to party and go out and travel, but my kids. Guys, again, you had to date it. That's why I'm making this video. Like, I'm trying to plant that seed in you. Just take a step back and think about this stuff. Like, don't get too caught up on living in the moment and being spontaneous. Planning is cool. Planning is good. Planning will provide happiness, all right? Also, plan for the pain. So when you take a loss, when tragedy strikes, you already have a mold ready for you to pour that pain in. So when I got dumped, when I lost this woman that I was madly in love with, I was ready, baby. I was suffering. I was crying. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy it one bit. But I already had the mold ready for me to pour the pain of that breakup in. And that mold was me reaching a new level in terms of physique. I went extra hard. The last 5 months, I've been training like a goddamn demon. All right? It was premeditated. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't going to be that guy that was going to stop hitting the gym had things gone smooth and had everything with her worked out. I was just going to keep going. But I would not have reached this level, I can tell you that. So it's a win-win. Either I would have had a happy life with a happy relationship, and I would have been content being less of a half-god. That would have been nice. That would have been fun. And I would make videos with her. It would be great. We would talk in Spanish. It would have been cute. It would have been lovely. And I definitely have spent a lot of time thinking about that. But it wasn't in the cards for me yet. It was not in the cards for me yet. Faith, the universe, whatever you want to call it, decided differently. So it's, even if it's a loss, it's a win, because now I pour the pain of that breakup into this mold of this insane locked inness. Not only with the gym, I've also been locked in with the channel, with the videos, with the clients. Like, everything has just gone whoop up. There has been a straight negative correlation between the way I feel on the inside and my heartbreak and my outward success and my achievements and my body and my channel and my career of being a motivational speaker and the coach and the mentor to my clients. All of those things have gone up. Money, clients, views, physique, they've all gone up. If the price I had to pay for that was to be heartbroken and sad and depressed and wake up sick to my goddamn stomach every single day for 3 months, so be it. I'll make that deal 1,000 times over. Okay? So, remember, guys, volume. You don't have to be good at anything. You just have to keep going. Keep curling. Keep talking to girls. Keep stirring the pot. Keep swiping away at Bumble. It's about volume. Quantity over quality every day. Alright? That's what I do. And look where I'm at. Things are going great. Because volume is something that you can control. Talent, you can't. Like, here in Belgium, we have like football or soccer is a big thing here. And I know so many people that could have had great careers in football, but XYZ happened, so it didn't pan out. Like, it's not about like, the guy that is consistent and that just doesn't stop and keeps going is always going to beat the guy that's insanely talented. Like, always. Please don't forget that. All right? Like, it doesn't, like, I don't care that you know how to talk to girls or that you're good at that. Like, I'm just going to go with volume. I'm going to talk to 500 of them. All right? Life is sales, guys. Life is nothing but sales. The principles of life is sales. So once you've reached those 4 milestones, once you've built your nest, you have your family, the 5th milestone is basically your legacy and raising your children, looking back on your path, but hopefully by then you'll have reached a more accomplished age. You'll be like, ideally, if I have my kids at 40, I'm going to be 60 when they're like 20 and leaving the house, all right? So between 60 and 90, I have like another 30 years to just kind of chill, smoke some weed. Then I'll step into the more old head, YouTube lane. I'll have like a white beard. I'll still be making videos, guys. Like the consistency and the not dying is not gonna stop unless I die. But even then I'll win, because then I'll have the Kurt Cobain effect where all my videos blow up and my legacy will be bigger than ever, and my videos will provide financial aid to the children that I've left behind, right? So again, I can't lose. It's bulletproof. It is the most sound logic you'll hear today. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments if you can find a glitch in my logic. Plot twist! You won't. It's goddamn bulletproof. Alright? There's no leaks. Alright, guys. That is it for today. Like I said, comment below what you think about my little philosophy. Obviously, I've put quite a little bit of thought into it, but don't forget, alright? Life is sales. Stir the pot. Attack your daily reality. And if you have the choice between being active or being passive, between taking action or between not doing anything at all, attack life. Always on the offense, guys. That's it. I love you. I'll be back with more videos real soon. Also, even though the agenda is getting quite full, I still have room for more clients. So if you're looking for a mentor, if you want to do this, but in a real interactive setting where you actually get to talk to me in real time, and you get to pick my brain, and you want me to basically chime in on your life choices and give you very practical advice, you can send me an email, all right? You can find the email below the video, and we can work together and change your reality. Starting today, basically. All right, that's it. I love you all. Peace.